Combiner Wars Wave 5, huh? Oh boy, here we go. Well, I suppose Bruticus is my favorite combiner from G1. So, I guess let's see what we got. Oh. Blast Off is a remold of Firefly? Already got that. Swindle is a remold of Rook. I've got him too. Vortex is Alpha Bravo? I have two of those. Oh, Brawl's a new mold. That's interesting. Let's look up some reviews for him.
His waist sucks. You had one job, Hasbro. One job.
Suddenly, I'm less excited about this wave of figures. You know what? Screw it. I am not going to let the machine of Hasbro pilfer my wallet again. I'm not going to let them slap a new coat of paint on the crap they've been giving us for 4 waves now and take it with a smile. I am boycotting Combiner Wars Wave 5. I am not going to play Hasbro's little game anymore. I'm not. I promise you that. I am done. Oh, pre-orders for Wave 5 just opened up. Sweet Jesus, here we go. Take my money. Alright, what is up, Transformer fans, and welcome to the video review of Transformers Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Blast-Off, and welcome to the second Bruticus week. I'm very excited. I'm so ready to do this again. It was so much fun the first time, and I can't wait to do another Bruticus week. So without further ado, let's get into it. Blast-Off is the first of the Combaticon Deluxes. This is Wave 5 of Combiner Wars. It feels like, goodness gracious, 5 waves already? Anyway, Blast-Off is not a space shuttle this time, and some people were a little upset about that. Seriously, G1 Blast-Off's vehicle mode never made much sense to me. I mean, in terms of his teammates, it's all wrong. I mean, you got a missile truck, a military helicopter, a military jeep, a tank, and then a space shuttle. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Honestly, I really like the jet mode change. I think it's a really nice touch, and it kind of adds some variety to the Stunticons. And it also makes more sense than a space shuttle, people. I mean, a lot of good that would do in combat. So obviously he is the Firefly mold, and if we take a look at him, he is this kind of a brownish color. He has some purple detailing here, along with some silver detailing. And there's also some gunmetal gray paint on him. Really, really nice. I like the Decepticon symbol on the tail fin here and the gunmetal detail. Nice Decepticon symbols on the wings as well. The cockpit is this very nice light purple, so it makes him stand out really nicely. And you kind of get some glimpses of purple underneath here as well. And you'll see the yellow for robot mode. Comparing him to Firefly, obviously the jets look the same, but the paint job really, to me, kind of sleeks him up and gives him, I don't know, a little bit more of a stealthy kind of color. This looks more, Firefly looks more like a stunt jet, and this looks more like a super fast stealth jet. So I know they're the exact same aircraft, but just the paint job kind of works wonders, I'd say. So anyway, the only feature he has here is this landing gear, which flips up. He does come with the hand-foot gun that Firefly came with. It's the double-barreled cannon here. Underneath, it's not very different. It's the same thing. It's in this nice kind of brushed metal gray looking color. I really like it. It's probably my favorite color for the hand foot guns. Alright, we'll go ahead and transform him. It's the exact same as Firefly, so we'll try to speed on through it. What you want to do first is take the cockpit up and accordion fold it back, and it kind of clips in right there. Then you take the wings and flip them up like so. We already took care of the landing gear, so thank goodness we don't have to do that. Take the arms, pull them out to the side, like so. Take this tail fin, flip it up, flip these tail fins up, unclip this whole back piece, and then these legs accordion fold all the way out. Then these close back up. Make sure you tab everything together solidly. Bring his arms down, split his feet, straighten him up, and rotate the head around. And there we have Blast Off in his robot mode. So for Blast Off here in robot mode, we'll go ahead and talk about his weapons real quick. I tend not to worry about them too much. The hand foot gun again makes its return, and you can plug it into his hand, but no one really likes that. And then also he has this flamethrower looking thing that Firefly came with, but in that nice gunmetal color. So if you want him to hold that gun, he totally can. But weapons aside, we'll go ahead and talk about his paint here in robot mode. You can see it is now primarily purple with some brown as the accent color. It's kind of reversed from vehicle mode, which is nice. I like the purple in robot mode. He looks really, really cool. Obviously, you got the dark purple here on the chest, and it's not coming across on camera, but it's kind of got a pearl to it, so it kind of shines in the in direct sunlight. And this purple is the exact same that's on Cyclonus, so I wonder what that's about. Anyway, you can see he's got the brown arms, the gunmetal here down on his hands. He kind of looks like he's wearing gloves. I like this down here. It kind of separates out his legs and waist. Up top, he's got brown, and on his pelvis, he's got brown, and then his thighs are the purple. Down into the brown on his legs, you see the yellow highlighting here and here. Very nice purple Decepticon symbol, some more gunmetal here on his chest, and gunmetal feet. So he looks really good. And we'll go ahead and take a up-close look at the face. You can see it's brown with that gunmetal, and again, that really light purple makes a return on his visor. And while we're here, let's just take a second. People are upset that this is the slingshot head. They say that he's supposed to, if he was going to look like G1, he would have had the Firefly head. But for me, I didn't get slingshot, and I think that this is very decent. It looks really good, and it looks really different, and it kind of stands out on the shelf as just being a different head sculpt. So we've got people who are upset with his vehicle mode, and we've got people who are upset with his head sculpt. Okay, please take a deep breath, and don't you dare mention your complaints to the Predaking fans, because Hasbro said right out of the gate that they weren't going to do Beast Combiners. At least we got the Combaticons in some form or another. And for someone who doesn't have Slingshot, I must say, I'm not too bothered by the head sculpt. It stands out on the Combiner Wars shelf, it makes him look different, and I don't have a problem with it. Anyway, moving on to his posability here. He's got the basics, a ball joint at the neck, and it's got a cut so he can look all the way up. Ball joint at the shoulder and a cut so it can go out to the side. The ratchets here at the elbows and the rotation there. His waist rotation, now this doesn't clip in as solidly as Firefly's did, but, not a big deal. He's got the ball joint here at his hips with a cut out to the side, a thigh swivel, and then the knee bend. So, very, very nice, very posable, but he is the Firefly mold. And speaking of that, here is Firefly standing next to Blast Off. And once again, might I say, the paint job really differs these guys. It's just such a dynamic change. We go from red, white, and blue really bright to the dark, militaristic color scheme with the purple and the brown, and it just ultimately makes these guys look really, really nice. Even if they're standing right next to each other, you kind of have to be like, oh wait, they're the same thing. I really like the paint job, and I think that this was probably the best choice for Blast Off. So, he definitely looks good. He stands out aside from Firefly, and I'm a fan. So, thank you for viewing this video, and I'll see you tomorrow on Bruticus Week, Day 2.